Right, we launched the prospectus in April to raise $10 to $13 million. Now, where we are standing at the moment is that we're coming to the end of that process. Next Friday, which is the 12th of May, we will be closing off subscriptions. And then there's going through a bit of paperwork. We're expecting to list on Friday the 19th of May. Where we are at the moment in terms of the subscriptions, we're very close to having our 10 million in the bank, and we expect to go over that line. Yeah. When Manuka bought the Manuka property from the administrators of Black Oak Minerals last year, the mine had just closed off. So we're looking at about a 3 to 4 month period where we get this thing ready for a restart. Now, that's going to involve effectively, as I said, deferred maintenance. It means fixing pumps, servicing them, changing conveyor belts, cleaning up the electrics, relining reservoirs and dams, and lifting the tailings dam. And that's really all that needs to be done before this mine can restart. The early production we'll start producing in October. We'll be running off stockpiles. There's about 500,000 tonnes of material that has been mined and was placed on the ROM pad ready to go into the mill. We'll be working through that in the first 8 months of the operation. In the meantime, we'll be doing the mine plan, metallurgical test work, the geology, drilling, infill drilling, raising the resources to reserves, getting ready to start operations on the pits themselves in about 12 months' time. So as the stockpiles run down, we expect to be putting fresh ore onto the stockpiles and seamlessly and without interruption moving into full-scale production. Yeah, we're based in the Western Plains of New South Wales. In fact, our catchment is the Western and Central Plains areas. So we're looking at pulling in workers from Cobar, Dubbo, Griffith, Nymagee, Nyngan, Orange and other towns in the region, many of which have mining associated with them. So we have a mine experienced workforce in the region, and that will be our first place to look for workers. Well, silver is a really exciting metal. I mean, I've referred to it as it's the queen of high-tech metals because silver is involved in everything we do today. We're using silver in our mobile phones. We're using silver in our electronic cars. We're using silver in our television sets, in our video recorders. We're using silver everywhere in this electronic world because on the periodic table, it is the metal with the highest level of reflectivity, conductivity, and electrical and thermal conductivity, which makes it very special. But of course, a big chunk and the most important function that silver has in the world today is the currency. It has been currency for 5,000 years, and it's still currency today. You can still go into places with a piece of silver and buy a meal. You can't do that with a lot of other things. You don't have governments to tell you what something's worth. So silver, especially in the Americas, is seen as an investment metal. So where does its price go today? Well, given that silver has been in deficit, physical deficit, for a long time, one would think the price would be increasing. And it's always a bit of a mystery why it's not. Well, it's not hard. Silver, because of its currency function, is very closely tied to gold. So when gold moves, silver moves. And in terms of people who want to forecast the silver price, that's what they have to look at. There are no silver mines in Australia, pure silver mines in Australia, that produce just silver. We'll be producing silver doré, which means we're producing mine metal at the gate. All right. Every other silver producer in this country produces it in concentrates, which means they have to go through a long process before they achieve value. Us being a pure silver producer means that investors in this company have a direct exposure to silver.